is complete angle. That means if any angle is having full measure, that means 360 degree is called to be a complete angle. So you can see here I have drawn two supplementary angles. The two angles are called to be supplementary if their sum is 180 degree. So you can see 120 plus 60, the total will become 180. And so these angles are called to be supplementary. Side by side I have given you one more example. Now here these two angles are already having a common arm, and they also have same kind of measures, 120 and 60, having the sum as 180 degree. So these two angles are also called to be supplementary. But along with that, they are also called to be linear pair of angle. So this type you will have to remember. So these angles are called to be linear pair of angles. So what is the meaning of linear pair of angles? These angles are called to be forming linear pair of angle only if they have one arm to be common and the another arm are in mutually opposite direction. That means they form two opposite rays. So again I'll repeat, what do you mean by linear pair of angles? Two angles will form linear pair. The first condition is if they have one arm common and the second arm are the opposite rays. Third point you can add, they must have common initial point. That means the vertex of the angle should be same. Then you have complementary angles. In complementary angles you can see if their sum is equal to 90, so they are called to be complementary. 60 plus 30 will become 90, right? And in the same way I have given you the second figure. Here you can see these two angles also add up to 90 degree, and so they are also complementary. But these are also called to be adjacent angles. The definition of adjacent angle is two arms having common vertex. One arm is common, okay? And we are not saying, as I told you for linear pair, that the second pair is in opposite direction. So only the condition is those two angles having common vertex and with a common arm are called to be adjacent angles. So in one way I can say linear pair of angles are also adjacent angles because these two angles also have a common arm. Now you can see here line AB and line CD are intersecting each other at point O. So we are getting four angles. First one is angle AOC, then angle COB, then angle BOD, and then angle AOD. So in this way we got four pair of angles. Now if I compare two, for example AOC and BOD, so they are exactly in opposite direction, right? So you can say they have the common vertex O, as well as both the pair of angles are in exactly opposite direction. For example, ray OA is in opposite direction to ray OB and ray OC is in opposite direction to ray OD. So here we will say two angles having common vertex and both the arms in mutually opposite direction are called to be vertically opposite angles. I repeat, in simple way, two angles are called to be vertically opposite angles if their arms form two opposite rays and also they have common vertex. So same way I can also say angle AOD and angle BOC are also vertically opposite angles because you can see they have common vertex O. Ray OC is opposite to ray OD and ray OA is opposite to ray OB. Now you can see lines L and M are there. We have a transversal T which is intersecting both the lines L and M. and so it is called to be a transversal. Now here total we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 angles to be formed. Either you can name it as A, O, B and so on, or you can give them numbers. So I have given them numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are the 8 angles formed. So in this kind of situation we may have corresponding angles, alternate interior angles on the same side of transversal. Let us see what are corresponding angles. Angle 1 and angle 5 are called to be corresponding angles. Let us see why. So these two angles are corresponding angles. First of all, they are on the same side of the transversal. It's not like that okay, one is on the left and one is on the right. So corresponding angles are always on the same side of the transversal, right? Okay, second we shall learn about alternate interior angles. So angle 3 and angle 5 are alternating interior angles. So they are forming this kind of Z shape, right? So one is on the left side and one is on the right side. So such angles are called to be alternate interior angles. And the last one is interior angles on the same side of transversal. So this angle 4 and this angle 5. You can see they are both on the left side or right side, any one particular side of the transversal. So we can say they are interior pair of angles on the same side of the transversal. Now what is the difference between this figure and the next figure? Here you can see we have again two same kind of lines L and M and transversal T. But these two lines are parallel, and so the property will differ according to the types of angle.